Welcome to the... Hear ye, card sharps and collectors! Test your wits and courage in a brand new card game. Tales of Tribute.
Where has little Abner Thar run off to? Where does he hide? Like all worldly things, you will in time wear and be used up.
ye, card sharps and collectors. Test your wits and courage in a brand new card game, Tales of Tribute.
That's not right.
Legero Oko Ta.
You're the one who stopped Thalik from opening the portal to Oblivion.
Your valuables? seen socks?
Hear ye, card sharps and collectors! Test your wits and courage in a brand new card game, Tales of Tribute!
What can I do for you?
How can I help you? Would you care?
Everywhere you go.
Is Zahari expected to train all Khajiit are nothing if not adaptable. Allow our
This one.
This one cannot venture too far. Speak to Captain Shidea when you're ready to resume.
This one.
This one has learned much. Thank you.
Light it up!
Greeting. Hopefully, such a lesson.
for business.
Shore's bones. Rigert knew he should have brought more mead. Rigert's favorite diplomatic assistant. How have you been? Rigert has been busy bringing cultures together like a delicious stew made of strangers. Now Rigert could use your help. After our past success, it would be good to work with you again. As soon as Rigert returned home from successful diplomatic endeavoring, the Skald King sent him to Elsweyr with gifts for the cats. Rigert is always given the most important, most faraway missions. Problem is, Rigert lost the gifts. So many ways. First, a courier brought Rigert's package to Riverhold instead of Rimmen. Then, as our ship was boarding, a werebear attacked and stole honey needed for my special sweetbread. Last and not least, Rigert's famous minstrels are missing. Thank you, friend. Retrieve Rigert's package from Thedara in Riverhold Marketplace and meet me after in the Stitches. Rigert's diplomacy waits for no man, or woman, or cat. But be careful. Sweaty threats fill Elsweyr's deserts. Thank you, friend. Retrieve Rigert's package from Thedara. The finest coats in all of Skyrim. It's impossible to find Windhelm. Rigert hired Skyrim's best band.
Congratulations on finding the finest cloth merchant in all of Riverhold. Thedara can see that you are in desperate need of a renovation. Thedara was wondering how much longer she would need to keep this stinking thing in her shop. Thedara doesn't know what's inside, but it smells like hot horse cheeks. Your friend Rigert told you about the delivery fee? Yes. The courier who brought Rigert's rotten package was promised payment upon delivery. Thedara assumed someone would eventually come to claim its disgusting contents, so she paid the fee herself. It's only fair that Thedara be reimbursed, yes? You can see the courier's invoice for yourself. Thedara wouldn't want you to think you are being cheated. Everything seems correct, yes? Thank you, friend. Thedara had doubts about accepting a strange package that smells like curdled dog slobber, but it felt like the right thing to do. Please visit again if you'd like Thedara to help with your embarrassing sense of style.
Ooh, my fur ripples in happiness. Euraxia, the horror you suffer is deposed. One of my friends told me that the monks at Two Moons are no longer chasing invisible butterflies. What a relief! I was worried about them.
That is good news indeed.
Of course, I asked. I hope to see great things.
My helpful friend. Rigert is pleased to see you return from the desert with your limbs intact. Did you find the misplaced package in Riverhold? Ah, Rigert forgot about the fee. You will find this shocking, but Rigert forgets many things. Especially on the days he drinks mead. Which is all of the days. Don't be worried. Rigert will pay you back as soon as we finish this diplomatic mission. Canon Reeve Jusdo of Alabaster. I am Rigert of Windhelm. On behalf of the Skald King, I present you with a gift of peace from the Nords to bring our cultures closer.
Is your gift rancid cabbage? Because it smells like rancid cabbage.
Not at all! Rigert brought our finest snowy saber-cat coats, although they may have been stored near cabbage. And the cabbage may have gone bad.
Your gift is clothes made from slaughtered cats? This isn't a peace offering, it is a war crime!
These are the finest coats in all of Windhelm. Who wouldn't want to be wrapped in our warm and luscious... cat skins?
Tell your Skald King that if he wants our war to continue, Queen Irene will be happy to oblige.
Rigert's message will be heard by Queen Irene, leader of the Aldmeri Dominion? Rigert feels so important. you must have been drawn by the scent of my rising dough. And don't be shy about staring at Rigart's muscles as he stirs. Did you bring the honey flowers? If there's one thing Rigart knows about the cats, they love their sweets. Nonsense! Rigart's belly doesn't care if mead or meat is swallowed first, so why should a mixing bowl be any different, huh? Rigart has gone far in life by treating every situation like he treats his belly. Give Rigart the flowers and he will have them. I saw Asaldak, the famous Khajiit sweet maker by the Merryvale Farms fountain. Ask him to try my sweetbread. His endorsement will change the Khajiiti belief that Nords only eat frozen potatoes and inspire a pastry-based esteem between our cultures.
Asaldak understands why you would want to approach him, but he only signs autographs at special events, and he only talks to his admirers at the... Actually, he never talks to his admirers. Asaldak was once invited to Skyrim to try their so-called delicacies, but declined due to a disdain for cold weather, and bad food, and Nords in general. Asaldak will try this Nord sweetbread for a laugh. Tell him Asaldak will be there shortly. This Nord better be finished with his cooking by the time Asaldak arrives. Asaldak does not like to be kept waiting. Because, unlike you, I spent time mastering my craft instead of asking stupid questions. Asaldak redefined food in Elsweyr. He was personal chef to the main. He has prepared food for many slobbering Nords, but has never seen one cook anything edible.
Rigart's sweetbread turned out better than expected. It's perfectly brown and tough enough to break a mammoth tooth. Everything should be tough. Our teeth can't grow stronger if we don't challenge them with unyielding treats. When Rigart was a baby, his mother had him suck on rocks to comfort his sore gums. Now his bite is strong enough to snap a bristleback's tusk. It's an honor to meet you, Asaldak. On behalf of Yoren Skald King, please enjoy Windhelm's famous sweetbread.
Did you bring the bread with you from Skyrim? It's hard as a rock.
Harder than a rock. Rigart made some improvisations to the original recipe.
It doesn't smell too wretched. Asaldak will attempt to take a bite without breaking a tooth.
What do you think? Impressive? Delicious? Ferocious?
Atrocious. Why is it filled with flowers? Why are the flowers covered in dirt? Why are there insects in the dirt? How did you make something so terrible?
Could you please stop stomping around like that? My head is pounding enough as it is. Shore's bones. We never should have eaten those sugar cakes. Rachin sugar cakes. Our manager, Bacargo, tried to warn us about them, but what kind of band would we be if we paid attention to warnings? Ah, Rigert. The last time I felt this bad was when I tried to beat him in a mead drinking contest. We don't want to let him down, but we can hardly stand, let alone give a performance worthy of the Screaming Mammoths. He needs someone to play, but that someone doesn't need to be the Screaming Mammoths. Take our instruments and sing the song yourself. That cat will never know the difference. There's a lute and a drum in this chest.
You are the hallowed, bright moons be praised.
Welcome back, friend. Rigord found Lady Isa. She's not as talkative as the women in Windhelm, but she's quite classy. Rigord is sure a Nord ballad will convince her to help make peace between the Nords and Khajiit. Where are the Screaming Mammoths? The Screaming Mammoths let you touch their instruments? Rigord tried to touch them after a performance in Nibelheim, and his brain still aches from the pummeling. Definitely Rigord's favorite head injury. Why did they give you their instruments? Rigord can be an official Screaming Mammoth? He can play the instrument of legendary lutist Frongir Half-Giant? Did Rigord drink a barrel of mead and find himself in a land made of dreams? These are honest questions. Rigord gets confused. Rigord's mind explodes like the top of Mount Vardenfell. Drinking mead with the mammoths was one thing, but playing their instruments is beyond Rigord's wildest imaginings. We will play Lady Isa the best ballad Elsweyr has ever heard. Oh, your eyes shine like glowing mushrooms in gloom rage, and you're sturdy as a mountain goat's hoof-fed feet. We should meet to drink mead and eat wolf meat.
Why are you singing to my house cat, Luna?
Lady Isa? Rigord has logical explanation. You have great influence with the Khajiit, so Rigord wanted to impress you with his song. But first, he had to practice on your cat, because he's like a tiny you.
It's difficult to imagine anything sadder than a confused Nord clutching a lute. Lady Isa is going to pretend that Ambassador Rigord did not just confuse her with a house cat. Your friend is the one who should apologize. His attempts at diplomacy have already offended Justo and sickened Al-Sadak.
Fortunately for you, Lady Isa is convinced that Ambassador Riegert's intent is pure. She even brought him a peace offering. Riegert must be rewarded for his comical yet well-intentioned mission to improve relations between the Nords and Khajiit. Lady Isa brought an honorary collar and bell. He will wear it everywhere in Elsweyr, so we can always know when he is near. No, but we can all see that Ambassador Riegert is very special. This one presents him with this dignified and stylish reward.
Lady Isa is eager to use her influence to bring peace between the Nords and Khajiit, isn't she? Nothing solves problems better than a traditional Nord love ballad. Except for mead. A collar and bell made to fit Riegert's rippling neck? Riegert will jingle it with pride. Please accept this gift, friend. Riegert could not have made peace between the Nords and Khajiit without you. This song is dedicated to Riegert's favorite diplomatic assistant. And Lady Isa. And that house cat. And increased peace between the Nords and Khajiit. Oh yeah, and mead!
Lady Isa will do her best to make peace between the Nords and Khajiit, just so you can make your way back to Skyrim. Oh, I hope no one's hurt. 100 apologies, Walker, but this show is postponed for now. If you purchased a ticket, this one will gladly refund your gold. Oh, forgive Tahara. Her worry gets the better of her. One of my menagerie's most terrifying beasts escaped from its cage. I turned my back for only a moment to speak to an onlooker, you see, and pow! The monster burst free! Oh, a vicious beast with ravening jaws and beady black eyes. The Brett and Tahara bought it from called the creature Bertel. But do not let its silly name fool you. You seem capable. If you find Bertel, I will gladly share some of my profits with you. This one is humbled by your generosity, Walker. She will see you fully compensated for the danger of this task.
Oh, for the love of dog droppings. All of them my new sandals, too. Damn.
Jalar hopes you have a good reason for interrupting his meal. You're either the best-dressed beggar I have ever seen, or this is some kind of con. What's your game, Walker? What? You want to buy this one's leftovers? That is... odd, but you've got a deal. I've been wanting to try out some of the sugared jerky from the stall down the row anyway. All yours, Walker.
Buying? Selling? I've got what you need.
On light feet we glide. Hey, hey, Bandari boy.
My hero returns with the dread Bertel in tow. Surely the creature is under some powerful spell. Your magics astound even me. Ah, indeed you do. The Gorger of Glenumbra captured once more. Its bestial intellect swayed by the promise of grisly table scraps. This fool, could you work with me here? It's part of the mystique. Just take your gold and act astounded, all right? The Gorger of Glenumbra returns! Feast your eyes upon this rippling musculature before he regains his appetite and feasts upon us all!
Some...
Pillars blade my big toe.
This greetings, Walker. Have you come seeking work? There is much to do here in Elsweyr. Much to do. All manner of work, Rook. Nisuzi offers tasks that you can tackle alone. Rahir gathers groups of warriors to face great beasts and savage warriors, and Battle Reef Tanner Lina conscripts heroes for the most dangerous task of all, dragon hunts. Excellent. Please, speak to my associates and they'll help you get started. Here's a small retainer to keep your interest. Generous, yes? Ha! Good hunting, Walker. Don't forget to check back regularly, Walker. That retainer won't fill your belly for long.
These dragons are fast becoming a larger issue.
it's happening again. I see a dragon.
Cadwell? Cadwell, what was that about a dragon? Ah, there you are.
Hello? Is someone there? I appear to be back in my head. Well, my other head. The other head. This is so confusing. Wait. Things are becoming clearer now. Yes, well, there you are. Oh, so good to see you again, my friend. I saw that nasty orc necromancer, Zumog Foom. He really is a despicable fellow. And there was a dragon, a huge, powerful, eyes as big as a house dragon. They called it Carl Grunteed, means champion of the bound time. How do I know these things? Well, yes, I did. Seems the ears are as connected as the eyes. They talked about the moons, something about an eclipse and the perfect time to use the gate. I remember something about that from when I was the betrayer, but the details are hazy. My memory returns in dribs and drabs, but I'm not sure that's a good thing. If I remember anything helpful, though, I'll let you know. Where are my manners? They're waiting for you. Queen Chimera has called another war council in the throne room. Not a clue, but I know one way to find out. Head inside and see what the Cat Queen has to say.
The archives were extremely helpful once I found the appropriate documents.
Our moon singers and moon priests have always paid particular attention to detail. What did you learn?
Tharn found documents regarding an ancient agreement with the Dragon Guard. They apparently provided a weapon to use against the dragons.
This relates to the legends of Kunzari and Queen Anequina, yes?
Pardon the interruption, Queen Chimera, but that sounds like the dragon horn we found. That dragon guard didn't survive, but he gave us the Anequina dragon horn.
So this alliance I reluctantly agreed to has borne fruit.
The Cygnus Irregulars assisted, but your agent did the important work.
A weapon from the Dragon Guard. Interesting. Come, Five Claw. I want to hear your report. Agreeing to an alliance with Imperials. At least it appears this Prefect Kalo assisted you. Tell me what happened out there, Five Claw. I want to hear it from you. So that is the Dragon Horn. It is much smaller than I thought it would be, and it looks fragile. Sound it once and it will probably crumble to dust. What are we supposed to do with such a thing? As always, you have my thanks, Five Claw. Euraxia hoped to appease the dragons by assassinating the last Dragon Guard of Elsweyr. He died, but at least you acquired the Anequina Dragonhorn and avenged his death. Now if we only knew what to do with the damn thing. I know how a horn works, Five Claw, but this is a relic of ancient magic. I do not want to damage it before we learn the true significance of its power. I will have Tarn do more research. In the meantime, we have another matter to deal with. Cadwell's visions strike more frequently now, with more urgency. Tarn believes Zumog Foom is close to reassembling Cadwell's dismembered body. I want you to stop him. The betrayer of legend must not be reborn. Abner Tarn checks on Cadwell regularly. Find them and see if they can tell you where Zumog Foom hides. Meanwhile, I will consult with Gareshri. Review the Kunzari stories before we task Tarn with learning more about the Dragonhorn. A little. There was a similar relic at Starhaven Adeptorium, but I never gave it much thought. It was just there, another memento of a mostly forgotten past. The one you brought us. It bears the name of an Equina. An Equina is the name of our kingdom, the northern half of Elsweyr. It grew out of one of the 16 original prides and was named after my ancestor, an Equina Sharptongue. She was one of the ancient heroes, a member of Kunzari's Krajun. Legends and myths make up a great part of who we are, Five Claw. For the Khajiit, the truth of our stories is the truth, pure and simple. The return of the dragons began with the tales of Kunzari, and I expect it to end there as well. No. Kunzari and his company of heroes predate the arrival of the Akaviri and Tamriel. It was the Akaviri who gave rise to the Dragon Guard and revealed the secrets of the Dragonhorn. As I understand it, the Starhaven Dragonhorn was a gift. From the ancient order of the Dragon Guard, if I remember what the adept at Starhaven once told me. I assume the same is true of the Anequina Dragonhorn. It's too bad that Dragon Guard you met did not live long enough to tell you more.
Hold, varlets! Don't you dare attach that foot to my ankle.
This is Cadwell's longest episode yet. Perhaps I can...
That's it! Time to give you knaves what for.
Bizarre visions. Dismembered bodies. I hate necromancy. Cadwell trusts you, Five Claw. You talk to him.
Who's there? Speak up! I'm about to teach these rapscallions a valuable lesson. And yes, I plan to make it hurt. Ah, jolly good. I could use a noble squire for the battle ahead. To battle ahead? Anyway, Zumok Foom has gathered the dismembered parts of the betrayer's body. I can't allow the necromancer to put me, back together. I'm not entirely certain. It's definitely a dark, menacing cavern. Just the sort of place necromancers enjoy hanging around. Oh! Here now! Stop that! Your pardon, noble squire, but I have to go kick myself in the head. I'm off to put a stop to these dastardly villains.
Tarn, can you determine where Cadwell disappeared to?
Of all the foolish, idiotic, misguided things that Cadwell has ever done, this may be the worst of them all. He fancies himself a hero, but he's given Zumog Foom exactly what he needed. I'm no expert on necromancy, but it's obvious that our Cadwell is the last piece Zumog Foom needs to restore the betrayer. He has all the parts of Cadwell's dismembered body, and now Cadwell has handed him the final component, his very essence. Does a soul shriven have a soul? I have no idea how the philosophy of oblivion accounts for such things, but there must be some kernel of the original Cadwell inside the one we know. It stands to reason the necromancer would need that as well. I managed to scry Cadwell's portal before it winked out. It connected to an ancient crypt in the scar, not far from the Stitches. Head there immediately. The rest of us will make preparations and join you as soon as we can. You took your time. Let's talk. Travel never used to take this much out of me. Oh well. Now that you're here, we can begin our investigation of the crypt. The Adept and the Prefect volunteered to scout ahead. They haven't returned. That means it's up to us. We must stop Zumog Foom from reanimating Cadwell the Betrayer. Something has prevented them from returning. I can only assume the necromancers or their undead have done them in. Where they were forestalled, we must prevail. Otherwise, Zumog Foom and the dragons get one step closer to fulfilling their plans. Cadwell, what happened to you?
Fun old sport. They ripped it out of me. I'm afraid I bungled this one royally, old friend. I opened a portal. Meant to put the villainous Zumog Foom to the sword. He got the better of me. The necromancer stole my essence, flung it to assorted ritual sites throughout the lair. Now I'm weak and my old body is being restored. The big cat and the Imperial, they arrived shortly after I did, but they didn't fare much better. I'm not sure what Zumog Foom did with them. I've just been standing here trying to recover enough strength to give it another go. Charge me up again? Capital idea, and I agree. We can't let the betrayer join the dragons. That reminds me of a time. No. Can't think. Too weak. I'll stand with you as long as I can. Could use a bit of a lie down, though.
I'll delay Zumog Foom's ritual as long as I can.
You left us to die, Kalo.
Our blood is on your hands.
Flesh from your bones!
That glowing cloud. It's holding this ritual together.
How refreshing. Let's find the rest of me and put it back where it belongs.
You were never strong enough, Zamorak. I died because you were weak.
Praying to the moons will save you, cat. Interloper. Just more fuel.
Zamorak failed. Again.
Ah, welcome back, little energy. I missed you so.
You're a senile old fool, half-brother. How could you be so reckless? The dragons are your fault!
Your past will destroy you, Abner Tharn.
Get rid of that damn cloud!
It's a spot. Did you know I used to be a High Chancellor? No, wait. No, that bit belongs to Abner.
Five Claw. This one doesn't have much time. Nalado should not be here. This one should be prowling the sand behind the stars and preparing for the next pounce, not lingering in this fetid tomb. Zumog Fum called Nalado back. He planned to use her in a foul ritual, but dead or no, Naladol is still a soldier. His follower never stood a chance. This one sensed something. Decided to wait here a little longer. Nalado thought the cloud of energy reminded her of the strange knight adorned in cookware. This one thinks she absorbed the energy when she killed the necromancer and disrupted this part of the ritual. Return it, perhaps, though that will certainly shred this spirit form. No matter, Nalado no longer belongs in this realm. Tell Queen Carmira and Garashri that Nalado says farewell. Now, prepare yourself, strange knight. This belongs to you.
You really think you can stop me? Neither you nor that bumbling corpse stand a chance!
I never! Oh, heaven no! I'm barely one quarter cadaver on my mother's side.
Two of you can't exist in the same reality, soul shriven! The stronger the betrayer becomes, the weaker you will grow!
Like I'm fading away. Oh, jolly good shell. Of course I planned to deal with the orc myself once my reanimation was complete. Now that I'm whole, I have a destiny to fulfill. So, cheerio. I always heard that introspection could be difficult. Meeting yourself. No one likes to discover that they were a tallow catch. Try not to hold it against me. Him and me were two sides of a dented coin. I don't think the world can handle more than one Cadwell at a time. My essence, I feel it draining away. Strange as the end approaches, so does clarity. You will try to stop him for me, won't you? Finish what I started a long, long time ago. I remember how we stopped the dragons. Quinzari and I, we tricked Count Gronti, used his own ambition against him, convinced him to place a portion of his power in Jode's core. Count Gronti ordered his brothers to follow suit. Once weakened, we were able to trap them in the halls of Colossus. Then the betrayer, then I killed Quinzari. I earned that name. I planned to steal the power, but Anequina's adepts... I'm still here. Chimera, she looks like Anequina. So pretty. Anequina possessed a key to a special place. That's where I learned to use portal. Luckily, they cut off my head and dismembered me before I could reach Jode's core. I guess you have to chop him up again. Tell Chimera she has the key and look after the little honor.
Anequina was a moon priest. Could that be the key to using the dragon horn?
The same notion occurred to me, Queen Chimera.
Wait, here comes Tarn and the others. Five Claw, talk to me. I am happy to see you and the others, Five Claw, and I'm eager to hear what happened. Wait, where is Cadwell? That does not bode well. The betrayer of Kunzari was a great hero who became a terrible villain. It took all the remaining champions and the moon priests of Anequina to stop him. But how does the betrayer's return help the dragons? A special place? That does not give us a lot of information to go on, Five Claw. Did Cadwell tell you anything else before he disappeared? The ancient legends. I have been studying them. They mention Jode's core, a vault of some kind. Kunzari tricked the demons into storing their power there, though now we know that the demons were dragons. A metaphor, yes? As for a key... Everyone, meet in the royal study. I have something to show you. Cadwell spoke of Anequina, one of Kunzari's champions. He mentioned a key. I think he meant my pendant.
Zamorak remembers. Your mother wore it before you. Does it have more than sentimental significance?
It hides me from magical detection. Mother would take my pendant in her hand and whisper, "When Kunzari smiled, Anequina asked the moons to move for him."
The Shadow Dance Temple ruins? Is that where the betrayer has gone?
I discovered as a young girl that the pendant and this ancient map interact in interesting ways. I learned the stories of Kunzari from my mother. Did I tell you she was a moon singer before she married my father? She said the pendant once belonged to Anequina. I am related to Anequina. Direct descendant, according to the moon priests. An ancient ruin. The place was once the Shadow Dance Temple, but now it is nothing but tumbled stones. Still, Cadwell indicated the pendant was the key to finding the betrayer. What else do we have to go on? Yes, from Kunzari's story. He tricked the demons into giving him their power. Then Anequina moved the moon so he could store the power in Jode's core for safekeeping. Of course, now we know the demons of the story were actually the dragons. In their weakened state, Kunzari was able to trick the dragons and trap them in the halls of Colossus. But one of his companions betrayed him, stabbed him in the back, and went to the place of the Dark Dance to steal the demon power. I think you are right, Five Claw. The betrayer must want to finish what he started in the ancient time. But the dragons also want that power. Are they working together? Either way, we need to get to the temple ruins. As we saw on the map, the ruins lie in the foothills east of the Scar, between Orcrest and the town of Hakoshe. We will meet you there.
We need to send your Cygnus irregulars to the Moongate, Prefect Kalo.
Agreed. We've been practicing in anticipation of joining forces for more than a year.
A year? But a year ago we were still enemies.
Perhaps. But I always knew we'd wind up fighting the Araxians side by side someday.
Chimera's waiting for you inside. If the dragon circling overhead spots us, I'll try to drive it off.
Zamorak will assist.
If there is more to this ancient temple, I do not see a way to access it. This is the right place. I can sense it. But nothing in this chamber looks like it can make the moons move, or open a path to Joan or Jode. What are we missing, Fiveclaw? And Riddlethar knows I have tried everything I can think of. I held it out, I presented it forcefully, I even shook it vigorously, but nothing happened. I do not know what else to do. My memories and the Kunzari stories, everything jumbled together. Too much research has crowded my mind. Wait, maybe... I remember one thing Mother used to say. Maybe if I repeat her words while I hold the pendant. When a Nequina's blood calls, the shadow dance begins.
By the moons, you open the path.
You go ahead. Zamorak and I will deal with the dragon outside. Somehow.
Moons watch over you. Come, Fiveclaw. Let us see where this leads. Beautiful. Why was this hidden for so long? This place has guardians, it seems, but they could not stop the betrayer. The betrayer sent. He came this way. That relic. See what you can make of it, Fiveclaw. The spirits awakened. The temple recognized me. I am becoming attuned.
Sir Cadwell, you're part of Kunzari's Krajun. Why are you doing this?
I want what Kunzari hid away, and I need to move the moons to reach it. If a few cats must die along the way, what of it?
You're insane!
You talk to your new god like that? Manners!
The temple. It shows us how the betrayer became attuned. Another temple relic. Activate it for me, Fiveclaw. I understand. Moving the moons causes an eclipse. That opens the way to Jode's core.
It's almost a shame how Enequina's faithful keep throwing themselves at my blade. Almost.
Final temple relic. There it is. Activate it, please. Now, 5 more. We need to reach the temple sanctuary. Wait, my friend. Let us talk before we confront the betrayal. The ancient memories become clearer in my mind with every passing moment. We follow the same path as the heroes of legend. Kunzari, Anequina, the betrayer, they all walked these steps to reach Jode's core. I see the truth of the myths and legends. Kunzari tricked Calcrontid into storing the might of the dragons in Jode's core. Then, the heroes of the Krajun lured them into the halls of Colossus and sealed the doors. Yes, he murdered Kunzari and then came to this temple to gain the power to move the moons and open the way to Jode's core. You see, the path only appears at the moon gate of Anequina when the moons are aligned, as in an eclipse. True, but many died before they lopped off his head. The betrayer was the greatest warrior of his day. If it comes to a battle, it will not be an easy one. There is an apparatus in the sanctuary, linked to the larger moon gate. That is what we seek. We are about to enter the place where the betrayer faced his greatest failure, where he died at the hands of the remaining heroes and moon priests. We must make sure history repeats itself. The shade of Anequina darkens with rage whenever I think about him. Even before his betrayal, she detested the man. He was vain, proud, a great sword fighter, but full of ego and hubris. Perhaps that is his weakness, his pride.
Too late! Fools! The eclipse has started! I'm going to share the power with the dragons. Magnanimous, don't you think? Sure, these lovely keepsakes don't.
Something is wrong. I cannot stop the eclipse. The betrayer did something to the apparatus. The moons cannot hear my plea. No. The betrayer has set the moons in motion, and they will not answer to my song. There is nothing to stop the dragons from using the moon gate of Anequina to reach Jode's core. Not yet. This apparatus moves the moons, but the moon gate of Anequina creates the portal to Jode's core. Luckily, I sent forces there to defend it from the dragons. We will join them. But first, the memories tell me we have one more task here. Anequina's memories show me how she once used a dragon horn. The combat Dragonhorn you gave me. It needs to be energized. Have its power restored. Activate the nearby temple relic, and I will charge the Dragonhorn. Anequin, Cadwell, John and Jones. All of it into the Dragonhorn.
A dip in cold harness refreshing plasm, and I'm fit as a fig tree. Now, where's the evil me? Where is the fiend? Let me at him. I returned as soon as I could to help you give the betrayer a good threat. I feel tip-top, I must say. I thought it was the cozy confines of my beloved Cold Harbor, but I suppose it has more to do with the destruction of my other half. Well, good show. The world is saved. That doesn't sound good. Let me think. If I concentrate, I can recall what was going through my despicable other self's mind. He wanted to make sure no one could stop the path from opening. He promised the dragons. I'm afraid not, at least not from here. He did something to the apparatus. It can't be used again. Chimera might be able to separate the moons, but she'd need to do it at the moon gate. She looks a little peaked, though, doesn't she?
I am all right. Cadwell, can we use your portal to return to Riemann?
Of course, Chimera. It's ready.
The eclipse approaches, and with it the opening of the moon gate of Anequina. We have a short amount of time before the way to Jode's core appears. At least I am attuned, and I was able to charge the Dragonhorn. Gareshri has already gone to the moon gate of Anequina to take charge of the forces there. We will join him shortly. Thank you for helping with my attunement, Five Claw. With you and my ancestors beside me, we will find a way to stop the dragons. We stopped the betrayer, but not before he set the moons in motion. Soon they will align. When the eclipse occurs, the moon gate of Anequina will open and grant access to Jode's core, which is exactly what the dragons desire. Some, but not a lot. Luckily, we anticipated the connection to the moon gate and sent Gareshri ahead with whatever forces we could spare, which was not as much as I would like. I just wish we had something else to fall back on. The combat Dragonhorn is charged, but we still do not know its full capabilities. We must not waste its energy, so we will save it until absolutely necessary. We should make our way to the moon gate now. Tell our companions, it is time. Our companions left the palace to wander Riemann and consider what is to come. Find Abner Tarn, Zamorak, and Prefect Kalo. Cadwell too, if he is still around. I would like them to join us at the moon gate, but will understand if they decide not to.
Quiet moments to meditate have been rare since Zamarak returned to Elsweyr. This one needed some time alone, especially after helping Tharn with the dragon at the Shadow Dance ruins. But you look like one who has important news, my friend. Zamarak suspected that would be our next destination. This one noticed that the moons have shifted in the sky, moving in a way that breaks their usual pattern. The betrayer's doing, yes? At least you and Queen Kamira returned from the ruins. Then we still have a chance. Zamarak has pledged his honor to Queen Kamira. He will not break that vow. This one has a purpose again, and will see it through no matter the cost. Zamarak will meet you at the Moon Gate, my friend. Queen Kamira, attuned to the lunar lattice. Zamarak never expected to see such a miracle in his lifetime. This one prays that it will be enough when we stand against the dragons.
Hello, come to partake in a before-the-battle cleansing? I find it prudent to make myself pristine prior to the start of a slaughter. In my experience, the subsequent blood and gore adheres much better to a well-laundered body. The Moongate. I hope to wash away the memories of the betrayer, and some stenches can't be removed with soap and water. I'm sorry I made the moons move, my friend. Sorry I helped the dragons. But before I became the gallantly gaunt, soul-shriven form you see today, I was the betrayer. I originally did all the terrible deeds that led us to this place. I'm rather ashamed. Dash it all. Yes, of course, that was my plan all along. Make up for my past atrocities by helping the nice cat people defeat the evil dragons, just like the hero I was before I became the betrayer. Tally-ho, then. I'll head to the Moongate now and meet you there. As nice as these facilities are, I miss the boiling plasm pools of Cold Harbor, hot enough to melt the skin right off your bones. What an invigorating sensation. And your point is?
Wine used to rejuvenate me after periods of intense exertion and spellcasting. Now I can barely taste the stuff. A good thing, too. Khajiiti wine is cloyingly sweet, like drinking candied plums boiled in moon sugar. I presume you have news? The Moongate? A noble but futile proposition, I fear. The Khajiit should pack up and flee while they still can. Let the Alliance armies deal with this. Show them some fights are more important than deciding whose posterior best fits the ruby throne. No. Just pondering other options. Too much of what we're facing was the inadvertent result of my actions or the actions of my family. Dragons, Euraxians, necromancers. The responsibility falls to me, and balance must be restored. Would you stand a chance otherwise? Without my arcane and strategic insights, anything you try is destined to fail. I won't have that on my conscience. Now, allow me to finish this sickeningly sweet inebriant, one last indulgence before the end. By the way, I believe I understand the purpose of the Dragonhorn. After much consideration, the use and function of the ancient instrument has become clear. The Dragon Guard were clever, I'll say that for them. Theoretical knowledge isn't the same as practical experience, but I believe I understand the fundamentals of its operation. The Dragon Guard prepared a horn taken from a massive dragon and engraved it with arcane runes, giving it astonishing power. Oh yes, I'm fairly certain of that. And I found historical references indicating the Dragon Guard gifted such relics to key locations, for their protection, you see. The one you located was originally in Rimmen before it was moved to the sanctuary. We have neither the time nor resources to move the large relic, but the small horn you brought back, it's called a combat horn, by the way, was designed to be carried into battle. Once charged with energy, its sound weakens dragons. One problem solved then. The next is sheer age. This ancient combat horn is exceedingly fragile. I'm not sure how many times we can sound the horn before it disintegrates into dust. For that reason, I suggest we save it until we absolutely need it.
The quiet moments between battles. I like to spend the time catching up on my reading. History, military strategy, recipe books. My secret pleasure is a good mystery, though. And the new Investigator Veil is a real page-turner. I've been waiting for the order to move out. I sent most of the Cygnus irregulars on ahead with Gareshri, but a small contingent remained here in case our earlier guess was wrong. I assume events in the ruins confirmed our theory? Understood. We need to defend the Moon Gate and stop the dragons from using it when it opens. Keep them from reaching Jode's core. Well, at least now we have a mission. I just hope the Khajiit can get over their aversion to working with my troops. Queen Euraxia's tyranny made the Khajiit wary. I don't blame them for that. I just want to show them that not all Imperials are tyrants, that they can trust at least a few of us. It will come. As long as we don't turn on each other first.
It appears everyone has arrived. Report to Prefect Kalo, Five Claw, while I confer with the Queen.
An eclipse is an eerie sight, but where are the dragons? The moons come together and the sky grows dark. Ominous, isn't it? And strangely beautiful. Where are the dragons, though? And the remaining Euraxians? I assumed they would have started their push for the Moongate by now. As ready as we can be, the Khajiit militia and the Cygnus Irregulars have taken defensive positions along the path up to the Moongate, and whatever siege weapons we could get our hands on are set to repel the dragons. Not a chance. We only hope to slow them enough to give Tharn and Chimera the time they need to stop the Moongate from opening, or find a way to shut it if all else fails. If the dragons don't reach Jode's core, we win. Wait, what's that noise? Dragons, go join Queen Chimera. I'll take charge down here.
Zamorak will go with you.
Get those fires out and ready the ballistic. Move it, soldiers!
Time for reckless audacity and daring do.
Euraxians. The wall has been breached.
Kill the cats and the traitors!
Up there, more Euraxians. Here they come. Prepare yourself. More soldiers. Take them down.
Surprise!
The path is clear. We need to reach Queen Chimera. Gareshri, no! Stay with me, old master. Gareshri still breathes, but his injuries are serious. He needs a healer. In the meantime, Zamorak knows what he must do. With Gareshri injured, someone else must take command of this position. Make sure the Euraxians and the dragons encounter enough resistance to slow them down. That task now falls to Zamorak. Yes, my friend. This is Zamorak's chance to finally atone for his past mistakes. Wait, what is this? The dragon horn. This one doesn't know why Gareshri was carrying this. But you must take it and reach the Moongate. Queen Chimera needs you. Go. Now, Five Claw.
What in oblivion? I've got these hooligans, old trout. Let's get to Amber before the moon's completely alive.
The Dragonhorn fight! Quick! Quick! See how the moons align with the ancient gate. The lattice opens a path to Jode's core. But how did you get the Dragonhorn? Where's Garishri? And why are the sounds of battle so close? Did the Euraxians overrun our defenses? Garishri? Hurt? And the Euraxians behind our defenses? This is not good. Not good at all. Well, we still have the Dragonhorn. At least until the power runs out or the fragile relic falls apart. Ah, I just wish the moons would move for me. The power, yes, but not the knowledge and experience. I will continue to try to move the moons and close the gate, but you will need to keep the Euraxians from taking this position. I am counting on you, Five Claw.
Dragonhorn! It's our only chance!
No, Five Claw! Not yet! Through the portal, both of you, and bring the Dragonhorn!
Chimera, wait!
Five Claw, we stand on the sacred plane of Jode. The dragons went down into the processional. They seek to breach Jode's core. From the memories I absorbed at the Shadow Dance Temple, Anequina and the Moon Priests came here to honor the moons and set them on their way after their sacred joining. This is also where she helped Kunzari hide the dragon's power. Here, on the plain of Jode, the memories become clearer with every passing moment. Kunzari was able to use Calgronti's own greed against him. The dragon sought the power of Jode's core from the beginning, but Kunzari offered him even more. He offered a way to combine the natural power of Jode's core with the mystic might of his loyal dragons. Calgronti's greed was his undoing. Now, he finally has an opportunity to steal all the stored energy for himself. We must stop him!
Mulamnir, the vermin still pester us. Devour them.
As you say, my brother.
Moonbeast still guard this sacred place.
Aid me! Priests worship the gods now, you insignificant mortal.
Avoid Mulamnir as best you can.
Jode's core is close. I can feel it.
And Jode's core. Are you ready for this, Chimera? Calgronteed is absorbing Jode's core. As long as the moons remain aligned, the power flowing through him is unimaginable.
Get me to that platform, Tarn. I can separate the moons using the others. You must deal with Mulan near 5 o'clock. I will divert whatever energy I can into the Dragonhorn, but use it sparingly.
You dare to face me, morsel?
Or the dragon shout will kill you!
Source! G! Angry pest!
Escape into my protective aura! Now!
Sus! Chi! Be! Insect, die! Sus! Chi! Be!
Use the dragon horn!
It cannot end like this!
You killed Mulamni. Good.
The moons. I need to finish the ritual. Joan and Jode, hear me.
The power. It belongs to me.
You did it, Chimera. You ended the eclipse. But that means...
The moon gate has closed. We are trapped, yes. But Mulamnir is dead, and Calgrontit has been defeated.
Oh, hello! You always find things for the last patient.
Queen Chimera, have you been injured?
I am fine, just tired. But look, the moons are no longer aligned. Tell me about the dragons, the Euraxians. What is the state of our forces?
Our scouts tell us that most of the Euraxians and dragons fled when the moons parted. Our own troops have not returned, but the Main has sent an envoy.
An envoy from the Main? If you'll excuse me, I have other business to attend to.
We did it, Five Claw! We put the moons back in motion and defeated both Mulamnir and Calgrontit. I want to thank you for everything. Elsweyr is safer today because of you. Just being on the plane of Jode clarified the memories I inherited at the Shadow Dance Temple. I saw the ritual in my mind and performed the actions. Oh, too bad the Dragonhorn did not survive. At least it lasted long enough to banish Calgrontit. He did grow larger with every infusion of power he absorbed, but the horn dislodged him from Jode's core, which allowed me to finish the ritual and end the eclipse. After that, a concern for another day, yes? I cannot be named queen without the Main's blessing. That, however, is my worry. For now, you should rest. We must honor our fallen and learn the fate of our troops at the Moongate. And after that, we will celebrate a new dawn for Elsweyr. We have accomplished much, my friend. We overthrew the tyrant, Euraxia Tarn, defeated Zumog Foom and the Betrayer, even killed at least 2 dragons and made the moons move in the sky. If only I could shake this sense of impending doom. Nothing specific. Not really. I guess this sense of worry will stay with me until I know the fate of Gareshri, Zamarak, even Prefect Kalo. I would return to the Moongate, but other matters require my attention. Namely, the envoy of the Main. That is just it. I have no idea. Moons, my head pounds. The effort I exerted at Jode's core was not without a cost. 5 Claw, could I convince you to determine the fate of my soldiers and our friends? I appreciate your assistance, my friend. Find out what happened to Gareshri and the others, then bring word back to me. Meanwhile, I will try to find a few moments to rest before I meet with the Main's envoy or worry about the other dragons. Far from it. But without Calgrontid and Mulamnir to lead them, they are solitary beasts without a grand plan. Colossal, dangerous beasts to be sure, but not the overwhelming force they were under their dragon leaders.
Prices can't be beat.
What can I do?
Welcome to the...